This is your professor, Dr. K, and welcome to the Spiritual Awakening University. Grand evening, family. Welcome to the Spiritual Awakening University podcast. I just wanted to bring in some of that third eye energy so I could wake up people's third eyes. I am the professor, Dr. Kalelu Kamara. The main topics of spiritual discussion are chemistry, alchemy, mysticism, and esoteric knowledge for the chosen 144,000. Now, some of you may be asking, what does esoteric mean? I have an etymology dictionary right here, which I recommend all of you to get. The word esoteric means understood only by a select few. So that's why this university is for the chosen 144,000. Ashe. So now I'm going to light this white candle. We have Obatala right here, the father of the Orishas, Orisha of justice. And the white candle is going to represent cleanliness, to clear our minds, cleanse our minds. And it's also going to represent us having pure intentions, purity in our souls. So I'll show you to the white candle right there, and that's Obatala. Now, this is the 7-7 portal, so I hope you guys are excited because we're definitely going to be manifesting a lot of our goals and our desires right now. So the portal is definitely opening up, and it's going to open up for the chosen ones, and we're going to be able to light up the world. So that's why this candle, this symbol of fire, is going to help us, ignite the souls, ignite the planet, wake up the planet. So another thing that we focus on as the chosen ones are signs, symbols, and numbers for the divine mind, And now we're going to get into this short discussion so we can bring in the elements, so we can bring in the energy, the divine energy, so we can all be on the same vibration and the same frequency level. So right here, what I have, this represents the water. This is a chalice right here. As you can see, there's some symbols on there. We have an Ankh right there, which represents the original Holy Trinity, Mother, Father, and Child. We have a symbol of a hawk right here, which is the same symbol on the back of your dollar bill. Is Heru, represents the righteous king, and a justice principle also. Then we have some Uraeus at the bottom, which represents royalty and protection for the king. And there's some metal netter on here, known as hieroglyphs. These are Kemetic symbols, also known as Egypt. And so that's the first element for water right there. So we're going to bring in that divine energy. And as you can see, I have some flowers right here sitting in water, and we're made of liquid also. We have blood, the water element is inside of us. So I say to the water element, the divine feminine, bringing in that first. Now we have right here a symbol of fire. This is a Asar right here, which happens to be Heru's father. And this is a thane, or some will call a dagger right here. Many of us have to go through the fire sometimes, and once you make it through the fire, it's going to sharpen your sword. Iron sharpens iron. So this sword represents the fire, and that represents the divine masculine, that's the polarity of water and fire, so that mother and that father energy. So that's the second symbol that we're bringing in. So I say to that. The next symbol that we're bringing in is for the earth. And this right here is a pentacle. As you can see, there's a star on it. On our original flag, the principles of the star represent love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And as you can see on that bottom justice principle, there's a sword right there, like I just explained with the thame or the dagger. So we're bringing in that planet Kai, or earth energy. And I'm going to read something from the Motor Science Temple of America, the Divine Constitution and Bylaws. I'm going to read Act number 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are part and a partial of the said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Jew Ali, the prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites who inhabited the northwestern, and southwestern shores of Africa. So I have proclaimed my nationality and divine creed, and we'll get into that a little later. And that is the symbol of the pentacle, you know, and all of these symbols are found in the tarot cards, you know. So that's a symbol of the pentacle. So I'm going to put that on right now, you know, put that on. So, and the last symbol that I'm going to represent, these are symbols for the divine mind. I'm an air sign, I'm a Gemini, so this is a magic wand right here. This is a Super 7 crystal at the tip. It's made of oak, and it's a symbol too. It's a symbol it's a symbol of air. So now that we've brought in those 4 elements right here, now we're gonna get into the spirit rap. Now we're gonna go into the spirit rap. So this is to increase the vibration and the frequency of our lecture today. I'm gonna get straight into it. I invoke, decree, and dream awake the full cellular ascension of my being, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, in this now, with the full support of God, Goddess, the ascended master realm, to include our ascended master self, Father Saint Germain, Sonata, the Holy Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Goddess of Mercy, Archangel Michael and the legions, Ashtar and the entire command, Babaji, Raphael, the Orisha, Netuwu, Anunnaki, Aboriginal and Tribal Shaman, Gabriel, Clan of the Trumpet Angels, Goddesses of Fortune, Angels of Light, Elohim, Clan of the Serpent, Shiva, all Christ frequencies, all animal totems, elementals of fire, air, water, and earth, all divine beings of light, love, and ascension, named and unnamed, to activate the cells within my being, who are your counterparts with the unified power of the One. I decree my highest good always operating in this now. I decree grace and mercy always operating in this now. I invoke, decree, and dream awake the full truth and reality of ascension in this now. I invoke and dream awake with my every breath that I breathe, the violet fire transmuting my whole being. I invoke and dream awake the full current of ascension in every cell of my being. I am ascended. I invoke and dream awake expanded God consciousness, fully realized in me as unlimited abundance, fulfilling my every need and desire. I invoke and dream awake the ending of procrastination, tiredness, blockages, obstacles, and unhealthy belief systems. I decree immediate abundance in my life. I invoke and dream awake my liberation from all karmic debt. I am infinite opulence. I invoke and dream awake my personal empowerment in every instant that anyone is impacted by my being and creations. I invoke and dream awake the infinite empowerment of my sexual, spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, and financial relationship with life. I invoke and dream awake sacred sexuality, erotic innocence, and always express the sacredness of sexual force for pleasure, creativity, and healing. I invoke and dream awake world universal healing from all sexual woundedness and shame. I invoke and dream awake worldwide release of all manipulating forces and beings who will control humanity, past, present, and future. I invoke the angels and ascended master to realign and heal all misused energy, to include the full restructuring of our DEA. I invoke and dream awake the transmutation of all negative and judgmental projections. I invoke and dream awake my constant ability to be centered and balanced in my psychic perceptions and empathic nature. All overwhelming psychic energies are released by me automatically, easily, effortlessly. I am empowered by everything. I invoke and dream awake my lucid dreaming each night I sleep and total remembering when I awake. I invoke and dream awake my infinite harmony with God, Goddess I am. I invoke and dream awake the full expression of my miraculous healing power. My life is a continuous stream of miracles. I invoke and dream awake my infinite ability and willingness to receive all life's blessings. I invoke and dream awake a constant attitude of gratitude for my whole life, all my accomplishments and blessings, including the same for the universe at large. I invoke and dream awake the full blessings of God, Goddess, the ascended masters, angels, guides, and beings of light to bless this planet Kai. I invoke and dream awake all my decrees, invocations, and prayers I've released to the universe and open myself to God's response support, and love in my highest good. I invoke and dream awake the release of all past, present, and future lifetimes of decrees and vows which would bind me to limitation, lack density, and anything not of ascension in this now. I invoke and dream awake the full reclaiming of my eternal self as powerful, loving, and fully aligned in abundant God consciousness. I invoke and dream awake the total dissolving of all manipulating forces which will bind this earth plane in fear. I invoke and dream awake the influence of the ascended master realm and angels to intercede and raise the vibrations higher to bring darkness into the light, raising the frequency of love and God consciousness on planet Kai in this now. I invoke and dream awake the ascension of planet Kai in this now. So like I was telling you guys, the main subjects of our discussion at our Spiritual Awakening University are chemistry, alchemy, mysticism, and esoteric knowledge. So here are some of the guides, just a brief overview, some of the guides on some esoteric knowledge. You see we have the chakra system guide right here. You have some of the chakras starting at root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown chakra. Okay, so that's one guide right there. Then right here you have some palmistry. You can read your lifeline and what your destiny is and how the planets are aligned with your palms by reading your palms. So that's some esoteric knowledge. Then you have dream interpretations. What do your dreams mean? So it says the sleep cycle, improving dream recalls, common dream symbols and their meanings. So you already know we in the sign, symbols, and numbers. So that's dream interpretation. And that was a dream catcher right here. You see the symbol of the dream catcher. Then you have some crystals. As you can see, this is the symbol of our university, the blue calcite right here, the sphere right here. Because our university colors are blue and white. That's why I have on the colors right here. But these are some gemstones. As you can see, I have more crystals on. I got crystals on right here, clear quartz crystal. So that's some esoteric knowledge. Alternative medicines, we are an advocate of medicinal cannabis, So definitely alternative medicines. That's definitely something we're into. Numerology guide. You definitely want to know your numerology chart, like your life path number, your destiny number, and your soul number. And I can help you out with that if you need to know your numerology chart. You can email me and I can help you out with that. kkamara2@gmail.com. Astrology chart, okay? Now you see that right here, there's 4 different types of astrology. Vedic, Celtic, Chinese, and Western astrology. We're in the Western Hemisphere. I'm a Gemini according to the Western astrology, but in the Vedic astrology, I will be a Taurus. So it's important that you have your natal chart. So that's a guide right there. And then right here, you have the aromatherapy guide, oils. We're going to get into some spiritual gift bags for her and him a little later. But these are some oils and aromatherapy. So I definitely wanted to let you guys know about the subjects. These are just some references on the subjects that we go through the guide. So that could be some information you could do some research on. But me, myself, I have my doctorate in business administration. Like I was telling you guys, I'm Dr. Kalelu Kumar. I have my doctorate in business, DBA. It's from Walden University. And I've been an independent artist for 10 years. My artist name is Chaotic. It's an acronym, KAYOTIC. Stands for keeping all your own thoughts in control. I've been spiritually awakened for 8 years. I got awakened in New Orleans at the Heritage Jazz Festival. My latest artistic project is called The Prophecy. It's 18 tracks, all mixed and mastered. You can find that available on all platforms, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. I'm working on my first music video. Be on the lookout for that soon. It's for the Higher Infinite Power song. Now, I also have my master's degree in nonprofit management and leadership. I used to service the homeless community here in Los Angeles. I was servicing homeless female veterans and families. And I am a former foster youth and advocate for homelessness because I had experienced homelessness in Los Angeles for about 3 months when I decided to become an artist. I experienced homelessness, but I defeated it too. So I never let that keep me down. I get my leadership qualities from 4 main leaders. And these are so-called black leaders. Marcus Garvey, number 1. I went to Marcus Garvey Private School in Slauson, so I definitely represent that RBG. You can check out my RBG single, Revolutionary But Gangsta, so I created an acronym for that. But RBG originally stands for the red, black, and green, so I'm definitely down with that. Noble Drew Ali, who taught us about our nationality and divine creed. This was the divine constitution that I read a little earlier. Malcolm X, gotta have that by any means necessary attitude. And my last but not least leader is Tupac Shakur. He's like the leader of the Black Panthers for my generation. One of the reasons why I do music also. So I took a spiritual hajj to Mecca, Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. I'm sending Chicago some positive energy. I know they just had a tragic incident out there, but I took a spiritual hajj out there. I claimed my nationality as Moorish American and my divine creed as esoteric Islam. I, self, law, and master. This is the Holy Quran that I received so I can do some of my spiritual research. The 18 missing years of Jesus, also known as Yahshua's missing life, but we know Jesus to represent justice and Yahshua to represent salvation. So Islam is an acronym for I, self, law, and master, and I represent the 5 principles, the highest principles known to man: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. You can locate my dissertation, which is right here. You can locate it online. It's entitled Music Artist Strategies to Generate Revenue Through Technology. And this podcast right here is an extension of that research. My last name, Kamara, means spirit that sees the vision of the divine sight. That's it right there. Cut. So now I'm going to go into some books that you're going to need to be a successful student in this university. And before I go into the books, I just want to let you guys know that we are building our student advisory committee. If you would like to be a part of the Spiritual Awakening University, you can send us a letter to 5449 Crenshaw Boulevard, number 146, Los Angeles, California, 90043. And you can you can be a part of a student committee that advises on different subjects that you want to hear us speak about. So we are opening the invitation for that. Once again, the address is 5449 Crenshaw Boulevard, number 146, Los Angeles, California, 90043. And you can put attention Sounds Awesome Records, okay? Now, the number 1 book that you're going to want to have for this university is the Holy Quran from the Moorish Science Temple of America. So if you're in a major city, you want to reach out and see if you can find the Moorish Science Temple, because this is a trust document right here. And I'm going to read a little something from the Holy Quran. This is the Divine Chapter number 38. Holy Instructions from the Prophet, the soul of man. The blessing, O man, of thy external part are health, vigor, and proportion. The greatest of these is health. What health is to the body, even that is honesty to the soul. That thou hast a soul is of all knowledge, the most certain of all truths, the most plain unto thee. Be meek, be grateful for it. Seek not to know it perfectly. It is inscrutable, thinking, understanding, reasoning, willing. Call not these the soul. They are its actions, but they are not its essence. Raise it not too high, that thou be not despised. Be not thou like unto those who fall by climbing, neither debase it to the sense of brutes, nor be thou like to the horse and the mule, in whom there is no understanding. Search it by its faculties, know it by its virtues. They are more in number than the hairs of thy head. The stars of heaven are not to be counted with them. Think not with Arabia that one soul is parted among all men. Neither believe thou with the sons of Egypt, that every man have many. Know that as thy heart, so also thy soul is one. Doth not the sun harden the clay? Doth it not also soften the wax? As it is one sun that worketh both, even so it is one soul with contraries. As the moon restrained her nature through darkness, spread itself before her face as a curtain, so the soul remaineth perfect, even in the bosom of a fool. She is an immortal. She is unchangeable. She is alike in all. Health calleth her forth to show her loveliness, and application anointeth her with the oil of wisdom. Although she shall live after thee, think not she was born before thee. She was created with thy flesh, and formed with thy brain. Justice could not give her to thee exalted by virtues, nor mercy deliver her to thee deformed by vices. These must be thine, and thou must answer for them. Suppose not death can shield thee from examination. Think not corruption can hide thee from inquiry. He who formed thee, if thou knowest not what, can he not raise thee from thou knowest not what again? Perceiveth not the cock the hour of midnight? Exalteth he not his voice to tell thee it is morning? Knoweth not the dog the footsteps of his masters? Flieth not the wounded goat unto the herb that healeth him? Yet when these die, their spirit returneth to dust. Thine alone surviveth. Even not to these their senses, because quicker than thine own, learn the advantage lieth not in possessing good things, but in knowing how to use them. Hadst thou the ear of the stag, or were thine eyes as strong and piercing as the eagle's? Didst thou equal the hound in smell, or could the ape resign to thee its taste? Or could the tortoise her feeling, yet without reason? What would they avail thee? Perish not all these like their kindred? Hath any one of them the gift of speech? Can any say unto thee, therefore did I do? The lips of the wise are as doors of a cabinet. No sooner are they opened, but treasures are poured out before thee. Like unto trees of gold arranged in beds of silver are wise sentences uttered in due season. Canst thou think too greatly of thy soul? Or can too much be said in its praise? It is the image of him who gave it. Remember thou its dignity forever. Forget not how great a talent is committed to thy charge. Whatsoever may do good may also do harm. Beware that thou direct its course to virtue. Think not that thou canst lose her in a crowd. Suppose not that thou canst bury her in thy closet. Action is her delight, and she will not be withheld from it. Her motion is perpetual. Her attempts are universal. Her agility is not to be suppressed. Is it at the uttermost part of the earth? She will have it. Is it beyond the regions of the stars? Yet with her eye discover it. Inquiry is her delight. As one who traverseth the burning sand in search of water, so is the soul that thirsteth after knowledge. Guard her, for she is rash. Restrain her, for she is irregular. Correct her, for she is outrageous. More supple is she than water, more flexible than wax, more yielding than air. Is there aught that can bind her? As a sword in the hand of a madman, even so is the soul to him who wanted discretion. The end of her search is truth. Her means to discover it are reason and experience. But are not these weak, uncertain, and fallacious? How then shall she attain unto it? General opinion in it is no proof of truth, for the generality of men are ignorant. Perception of thyself, the knowledge of him who created thee, the sense of worship thou owest unto him. Are not these plain before thy face? And behold, what is there more that man needed to know? So once again, that was chapter 38 of the Holy Quran, the More Scientific of America, Holy Instructions from the Prophet, the Soul of Man. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to wake up the souls, connect the souls, the 144,000. So that's the first book that I'm going to recommend. And I recommend you get this Divine Constitution and Bylaws also. Those go hand in hand. Next book you're going to want to get is Message to the People by Marcus Garvey. This one has some, I'm not going to read from here, but definitely has some great lessons in here. So you definitely want to get you one of these. You know, it gives lessons on leadership, it gives lessons on intelligence, education, universal knowledge, and how to get it. That's the first chapter. So another book, like I was explaining to you in the beginning, you want to get an etymology dictionary so you can know the origins of words and what they mean. So this is the etymology dictionary right here, the Chambers Dictionary. Origin and development of over 30,000 English words, because we know that this English language, one word could mean something else. So you definitely want to have an etymology dictionary. Now you want to have your natal chart. Remember I was telling you guys about the astrology. There's also something in astrology called your natal chart. This is not really explaining the natal chart right here, but the natal chart is very detailed. Let me see if I have one. I do have one. This is a natal chart right here. This is what I bought. It shows me my big three, right? In Western astrology, it says that I'm a Gemini. It's my sun sign. My moon sign is Libra. And my rising sign is Capricorn. It has my date of birth. And it has my chart right here. And it goes way more into detail. So you definitely want to have your natal chart so you can know thyself. That we're big on that in the conscious community, knowing thyself. Okay? Then, after you get your natal chart, you want to have your numerology chart also. Okay? It talks about your life path number, your destiny number, your soul number, your maturity number, current name, birthday, personality, and karmic number. And it can give you your forecast for the year, because numbers have a lot of vibrations to them. We know that 9 is the highest number. We know we 9 ether beings. So, we definitely want to study these numbers. Like today, how it's the 7-7 portal. We're trying to bring in that positive energy, always creating elevation. Okay. Now I'm going to recommend you guys to get a poetry book, because a lot of people are just depressed right now. And poetry can help, increase your vibrations also. So I just flipped to this right here. I'm going to read this poem right here. This is a poetry book by Tupac. Okay, this one was called God. When I was alone and had, when I was alone and had nothing, I asked for a friend to help me bear the pain. No one came except God. When I needed a breath to rise from my sleep, no one could help me except God. When all I saw was sadness and all I needed answers, no one heard me except God. So when I am asked who I give my unconditional love to, look for no other name except God. I say to that. So that's a poetry book. This I chose The Rose That Grew from Concrete, So that's a good poetry book by Tupac. And okay, so another book is Spiritual Warriors Are Healers. This one goes into the Neteru, the Kemetic Neteru, which is an acronym for or a short word for nature, the natural inhabitants. So you definitely want to pick this book up. It definitely has some good information in here. It's talking about, Kwanzaa, it gives good spiritual history, and it definitely breaks down some Kemetic science, So we don't limit ourselves just to the Orishas. We also study Kemetic science too, okay? And like I was mentioning, the Orishas, this is the last book that I'm recommending. This is Orisha, New World Black Gods. You can research all these books. These books are going to help you on your spiritual journey. So that's some books right here for you to get. And stay tuned. Yeah, we're still back at the Spiritual Awakening University. I've been doing a little bit of reading for you guys. I definitely want to reference this book right here, The Art of War by Sun Tzu. And we're going to read chapter number 1, because we definitely need to be warriors. We in spiritual war, so definitely want to have some strategies so you can win in the spiritual battle. Chapter 1, The Art of War, okay? Laying plans, okay? Making plans or laying plans. Sun Tzu said, the art of war is of vital importance to the state. It is a matter of life and death, a road either to safety or to ruin. Hence, it is a subject of inquiry which can on no account be neglected. The art of war, then, is governed by 5 constant factors to be taken into account in one's deliberations when seeking to determine the conditions obtaining in the field. These are, number 1, the moral law. Number 2, heaven. Number 3, earth. Number 4, the commander. And number 5, method and discipline. The moral law causes the people to be in complete accord with their ruler, so that they will follow him, regardless of their lives, undismayed by any danger. That's the moral law. Heaven signifies night and day, cold and heat, times and seasons. Earth comprises distances great and small, danger and security, open ground and narrow passes, the chances of life and death. The commander stands for the virtues of wisdom, sincerity, benevolence, courage, and strictness. By method and discipline are to be understood the marshalling of the army in its proper subdivisions, the graduations of rank among the officers, the maintenance of roads by which supplies may reach the army, and the control of military expenditure. These 5 heads should be familiar to every general. He who knows them will be victorious. He who knows them not will fail. Therefore, in your deliberations, when seeking to determine the military conditions, let them be made the basis of a comparison in this wise. Which of the 2 sovereigns is imbued with the moral law? Which of the 2 generals has most ability? With whom lie the advantages derived from heaven and earth? On which side is discipline most rigorously enforced? Which army is stronger? On which side are officers and men more highly trained? In which army is there the greater constancy both in reward and punishment? By means of these 7 considerations, I can forecast victory or defeat. The general that hearkens to my counsel and acts upon it will conquer. Let such a one be retained in command. The general that hearkens not to my counsel nor acts upon it will suffer defeat. Let such a one be dismissed. While heeding the profit of my counsel, avail yourself also of any helpful circumstances over and beyond the ordinary rules. According as circumstances are favorable, one should modify one's plans. All warfare is based on deception. Hence, when able to attack, we must seem unable. When using our forces, we must seem inactive. When we are near, we must make the enemy believe we are far away. When far away, we must make him believe we are near. Hold out base to entice the enemy. Feign disorder and crush him. If he is secure at all points, be prepared for him. If he is in superior strength, evade him. If your opponent is of choleric temper, seek to irritate him. Pretend to be weak, that he may grow arrogant. If he is taking his ease, give him no rest. If his forces are united, separate them. Attack him where he is unprepared. Appear where you are not expected. These military devices leading to victory must not be divulged beforehand. Now the general who wins a battle makes many calculations in his temple ere the battle is fought. The general who loses a battle makes but few calculations beforehand. Thus do many calculations lead to victory, and few calculations to defeat. How much more no calculation at all? It is by attention to this point that I can foresee who is likely to win or lose. So I just wanted to give you guys that little snippet from the Art of War. You definitely want to be on your general level out here, because if not, then you're just going to suffer defeat, and we need to be taking victories out here. So I'm going to get into some mystical items that you guys need right now. So the number 1 mystical item that I recommend is for you to have a writing journal. Writing this whenever if you wake up, you want to remember your dreams, whatever has happened today. Some great things have happened for you. You definitely want to have a writing journal, because there's power in writing and manifesting. So make sure you write your dreams out. Get you a journal ASAP. You see this journal I have right here, it has a tree of life on there. Of course, the paper is papyrus. This is papyrus paper. So it's real, it's authentic. It's authentic paper. So make sure you guys are writing. You definitely want to have some writing tools. So these are mystical items you need. As you can see right here, it's a crystal healing bowl. This is the 3rd eye chakra bowl. So you definitely want to have some healing bowls so you can heal your frequency. We're trying to heal our 3rd eye. This is one of the main colors of the university. Then you want to have some crystals. This is a sphere right here. This is a blue calcite right here. This is to help increase my intuition and 3rd eye abilities. And I also have the lapis lazuli crystal necklace on. Crystal bracelets. I do sell some crystal bracelets. You know, we'll get into that in a little bit. But this is the matching lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli was used in Egypt, you know, to write a lot of the stuff on the walls. And as you can see, the background is blue. So, you know, we're trying to increase our third eye power. So that is the blue calcite stone right there. It's a sphere. Elemental tools, as I explained earlier, I'm an air sign, so I have the elemental tool of the magic wand right here, Super 7 magic wand. You know, I use it, I can write things in the air, but it's more of a symbol. Tarot cards, you know, I have these Orisha tarot cards right here, and I also have some elemental tarot cards right here. These Orisha tarot cards were prepared by a Babalawo, and this one was, these are prepared by a shaman, you know. So you definitely want to get into the tarot cards because they can tell you about all the elements, you know. It helps you get more in tune with the elements. So those are some mystical items that you might want to have. Now, like I was explaining, we are an advocate of cannabis. You know, I have some cannabis right here. So I do support that for medicinal and healing purposes. Just don't abuse it, you know. And we do not support any outrageous drugs in this university like fentanyl and all this heroin and everything, but we do support cannabis for medicinal and healing purposes. Candles, as you can see, I have the white candle lit right here. Got this candle right here, another white candle with the Ankh symbol on there representing eternal life. And the candles, the different colors of the candles also mean something also. So I'm burning this white candle so we can have pure intentions. Sage, as you can see, I got some sage right here. Some green sage, you know, we like the sage to get rid of all negative vibes and for healing purposes also. So this is the green sage. And I also consider myself a sage also because I'm a wise man, you know. And that's why we have Obatala right here, because he's a sage also. So we like the sage to clear off negative energies. And I'm also an air sign, so you know I like to have incense and different things of the element of air. I'm trying to master my element. And lastly, we definitely want to have some music. That's what I have my album right here. Like I said, I've been an artist for 10 years, you know. So check that out online. I do have a record label, Sounds Awesome Records, so, you know, support independent artists. This is the prophecy, and you definitely want to have an iPad so you can do some research. I got my iPad right here, and of course a pen and a paper so you can take notes. And you can check us out online at www.soundsawesomerecords.com. So once again, these are some of the mystical items that you're going to need. I'm going to go through them again. You want to get your writing journal, healing crystal bowl, some crystal necklaces or bracelets. I sell some bracelets. Elemental tools, like I was explaining to you guys earlier. Some tarot cards, you know, get you some cannabis so you can relax. Some sage to clear off your negative vibes. And of course, some music. You know, if you're an artist, keep on writing. You know, you can write in a journal, write your raps in there. And those are some mystical items that you're going to need for our mystical school. Yeah. Welcome back, fam. Thank you guys for still tuning in. Before I get started, I want to give a big shout out to my one of my friends. He has his own clothing line. As you can see, my shirt says articulated and motivated because we are intellectuals. We're sapiosexuals in here. You know, we are lovers of knowledge. And it says the solution on the back. The school colors for our university are blue and white. Blue is to open our third eye chakra. So I just wanted to represent, you know, my friend's shirt. I really like that, articulated and motivated. So I'm going to be talking about my metaphysical store right now, some items that I have for sale. This is a gift bag for women, and this is a gift bag for men. So we're going to be going through some of the items in there, but it is an element of surprise gift bag. But we'll try to go through each product. Now I have some incense for sale. This right here is 7 chakra incense, but it comes in the female gift bag. so you can heal your chakras. I'm an air sign, so I'm definitely into the incense and everything. So let's see what else we have in this. This right here, this is a really nice item right here. And let's see what's in this box. This is a little Yemiya right here. Yemiya, the mermaid. You see, she's blue like our school colors. And Yemiya is the mother of the Orishas. So we'll see her right here by Obatala. That's his wife, actually, right there. So this item comes in the bag, and it also represents Cancer season. Because we're in Cancer season right now in Western astrology. So you definitely you're gonna get that as a gift, and you get a blue candle. A blue candle to represent your third eye, because candles represent fire, and that's the element of fire. You get some 7 chakra sage right here. 7 chakra sage for your healing purposes. You get a nice rose quartz crystal. Okay, I'm just gonna show you guys everything in here. Rose quartz crystal, which is also for the Cancer season. You get some Juicy Couture oil. Oh yeah, that smells good for the ladies. Fellas, if you want to get this for your ladies, she's gonna be smelling real good. Okay, Juicy Couture oil. And last but not least, you get a rose quartz bracelet. Now this is the women's bag right here. So I just showed you guys everything that was in the women's bag for Dr. K's metaphysical store. If you're interested, you can email me at kkamara2, that's K then another K, AMARA, number 2, at gmail.com. I can ship out also if you need shipping. That there will be an extra price for that, but I'm located in Los Angeles, so if you're in Los Angeles and you're interested, I can definitely get it to you easier. But if you're out of town, you may have to pay some shipping price. So that's something I created for my metaphysical store. Those are some items that we have for sale. The element of surprise spiritual gift bag for women. Now let's see what we have in the men's bag. Same, you have some 7 chakra incense right here. Let's see who we have in this box, because you never know which Orisha may end up in the box, okay? Let's see who we have. Let's see who we have in there. Looks like we have another Obatala. Obatala right here. So you have an Obatala and you have a Yemiya. And you have a blue calcite crystal, which is the same as our crystal right here, but that's a sphere. Blue calcite. Okay, let's see what else we have in here. You have some red dragon blood sage. Okay, this is really good for clearing out negative energies. Red dragon blood sage. You have a red candle for your root chakra, so you can be fearless. Okay, and you have some Issey Miyagi. You have some Issey Miyagi oil right here. His Issey Miyagi oil, that smells really good. The ladies are definitely gonna love that. And we have a 7 chakra bracelet right here. So I do sell crystal bracelets. This is the men's spiritual gift bag. You get an Obatala, you get a bracelet. This is in my metaphysical store. You get some incense. I'm just giving you guys an example of what some of our products look like. And these are all for sale. They will be going up on the website soon. www.soundsawesomerecords.com. If you're interested, let me know. If you're on Facebook, just email me. Inbox me on Facebook. And that is the spiritual bag for him that's available for sale in my metaphysical store. Thank you so much. I appreciate all your support. You can contact me on Cash App also at $Dr. Kamara. That's DrKamara 35. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, welcome back, y'all. I just want to say before I go, I just want to give a shout out to Rashad Jamal, free Rashad Jamal. Just want to say that. He's definitely an influential person who inspired me to do this. I was a member of the University of Cosmic Intelligence. And I just want to say respect and thanks to him for his guidance, enlightenment, and his divine insight. So sending positive energy, always creating elevation, You know, to all the guys and goddesses in Planet Kai, and especially the homie, the Chi-Town homie, Rashad Jamal. Peace, respect, and love, bro. And I know justice is going to come for you soon. So hang in there, bro. Keep your head up. And much love and light to you. Peace. Yeah, it's time for me to evolve and go to that next level. I was born for this. I'm ready for that spiritual journey. Let's go. I'm on that spiritual journey. Bullshit, it don't concern me on that spiritual journey. Man, I ain't got no worries on that spiritual journey. Every day I stay learning on that spiritual journey. Vision clear, never blurry on that spiritual journey. Bullshit, it don't concern me on that spiritual journey. Man, I ain't got no worries on that spiritual journey. Every day I stay learning on that spiritual journey. Vision clear, never blurry. Catch me at Griffith Park. Clear my mind from confusion. Better get your mind right. If you don't, you might be losing. On my first mixtape, prophecy is grass to riches. Now I gotta watch my back. But these scandalous ass bitches making chess moves. These other fools playing checkers on a roller coaster ride. I enjoy the adventure. Staring at the city and the Hollywood sign. Sharpening my mind. Now I'm back up on my grind. I'm one of a kind, a Gemini and divine. In due time, I'ma shine to the top. I'ma climb, seeing clear through the smoke. To the youth, I give hope. Business mind won't go broke, and I'm like the hood pope. Release the stress, and I let the pain go. Never switched up, I still got the same flow. King chaotic, you know, I be rocking them Kangos. West African royalty like I'm Shango. I'm on that spiritual journey. Bullshit, it don't concern me on that spiritual journey. Man, I ain't got no worries on that spiritual journey. Every day I stay learning on that spiritual journey. Vision clear, never blurry on that spiritual journey. Bullshit, it don't concern me on that spiritual journey. Man, I ain't got no worries on that spiritual journey. Every day I stay learning on that spiritual journey. Vision clear, never blurry. Got the keys to myself, so I unlock my soul. Gaining weight every day, hard body on swole. Man, I stay warm-hearted, but the world's so cold. Lost a few fake homies, they wanted my bankroll. Can't be tricking all my riches on all of you stank hoes. Thanking my ancestors, you should just thank those. Getting better every day, won't stop, I can't pause. Revolutionary mind, I'm the king of supreme boss. Taking care of the fam, I'm a responsible man. Watch my business expand, and now I own me some land. Till the day I advance, I'm gonna stick to the plan. Counting hundreds and thousands in the palm of my hand. Elevating my mind to the highest of rims. My life is a movie, you can watch it on film. Getting in some deep shit, I had to get in the turning. Now I ain't got no worries on this spiritual journey. I'm on that spiritual journey. Bullshit, it don't concern me on that spiritual journey. Man, I ain't got no worries on that spiritual journey. Every day I stay learning on that spiritual journey. Vision clear, never blurry on that spiritual journey. Bullshit, it don't concern me on that spiritual journey. Man, I ain't got no worries on that spiritual journey. Every day I stay learning on that spiritual journey. Vision clear, never blurry. Watching time fly by, I roll up to get high. Finally realize what's on the inside. Open my third eye, I mastered all the vibes. Becoming more wise and seeing through all the lies. She calling it a prize, what's between her thighs. Caught up in the world, you be losing your damn mind. This mystical journey, I can see all the signs. That psychic flow, that's how I'm writing these rhymes. You can call me Haru, the comedic dynasty. Battling every day until the war's won finally. Trying to live righteous, being accused wrongful. She said she loved him back, now I got her sing the song for me. Kept a ride, magic, mutate, and transformation. Chaotic is on the throne through the manifestation. Call me God's friend, and I defeated Satan. The prophecy fulfilled, I knew I was gonna make it. The prophecy fulfilled, I knew I was gonna make it. The prophecy fulfilled, I knew I was gonna make it.